Like it or not, everyone will get sick at one point or another. But did you know that being able to understand the warning signs that anticipate what's coming for your body can potentially save your life? We're not exaggerating here. It's not just about knowing something's up, it's about being ahead of the game. Think of it as having a backstage pass to your body's inner workings. You see, having this advanced intel allows you to peek behind the curtain of your own health. Instead of just treating symptoms, why not play detective and figure out what your body's trying to tell you? You can click away if you want to, but even if you can take even just a little bit out of this video, it may just save your life. So let's get into it. Here are the 8 most common diseases and what your body sends out to tell you when there's troubles lurking inside. Alright, let's kick it off with a real heavyweight. Number 1, stroke. Imagine you're going about your day when suddenly something feels off. Maybe you flash a smile in the mirror, but the left side of your face seems to be lagging behind. Or perhaps you raise both arms to hail a taxi, but one of them just doesn't lift as high. These are classic red flags that a stroke might be making an unwelcome entrance. A stroke, sometimes called a brain attack, happens when something blocks blood supply to a part of the brain or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. In either case, parts of the brain become damaged or die. A stroke can cause lasting brain damage, long-term disability, or even death. So it's pretty crucial to know the telltale signs. Another symptom of a stroke is your speech may start sounding like you've got a mouthful of marbles. Words just come out all mumbled. When it comes to strokes, time is really of the essence. There's this small window where you can take action before things get really serious. Doctors can administer a special medication to break up blood clots, restoring the oxygen flow to your brain. But if you wait too long, there could be irreversible damage to the brain. During a stroke, your brain is struggling to get that much needed oxygen, and the longer it goes without that life-giving air, the more damage piles up. So if you suspect a stroke might be happening, don't hesitate. Head straight to the emergency room. Call 911. It could mean the difference between a blip on the radar and a full-blown disaster. Number 2, infections. The classic battle between your body and those pesky invaders. Usually starts innocently enough, little tickle in the throat, an annoying cough that just won't quit. These are all signs that your body might be gearing up for a showdown with some unwelcome guests. Now when you start feeling these minor symptoms, you should be loading up on the big guns. We're talking about mega doses of vitamin D3, at least 50,000 IUs. Throw in some zinc and some vitamin C for good measure. And here's a pro tip, crank up the heat. I'm talking about wrapping yourself up like a human burrito until you are sweating bullets. Why? Because if you can coax your body into cranking up the thermostat and generating a fever, your body will become an inhabitable host for these nasty bugs, essentially hitting the eject button. And here's something I bet you didn't know. For some folks, when they encounter the first signs of a fever, they pop a pill like Tylenol, aspirin. Well, turns out that might be doing more harm than good. And when you suppress your fever, you're telling your body to take a break in the middle of a fight. In fact, studies show that taking aspirin to cool down your fever can actually prolong the battle, making you a hostage to those germs for even longer. So next time your body starts raising the temperature, wait a little bit before taking those pills. Number 3, heart attack. Now when it comes to your heart, it's like playing a high-stakes game of spot the warning signs. Your heart is one of the most important organs in your body, and when that goes out of whack, you can bet things are going to go bad very quickly. Now, the telltale sign of a heart attack or cardiovascular disease is chest pain, maybe pain in your left jaw or shoulder, or even a strange sensation when you're climbing a flight of stairs. These could all be red flags waving frantically. There's a nifty little test called the CAC test that can give you a sneak peek into your heart health. This quick test can check the calcification in your arteries, giving you a heads up on whether a heart attack might be coming your way. And if you have a family history of cardiovascular disease, or if you have been having some of the symptoms listed above, it's advised go see your health professional. Now on to the remedies. One of the best things you can take is vitamin E in the form of tocotrienols. Vitamin K2 can also be a great choice to help with those calcium buildups in your arteries. Now remember, you can take all of the vitamins in the world, but the most important and the best thing you can do for your heart is by changing your diet dramatically. Stay away from high amounts of salt, sugar, saturated fat, and refined carbs, and opt for whole grains, healthy fats, and leafy greens instead. Number 4. Gallstones. Your body is an intricate machine, and your gallbladder is like a little factory, churning out bile salts to help keep everything running smoothly. But here's the twist: when your bile supply runs low, trouble starts a-brewing. If you're starting to have gallstones, the early signs are your urine takes on a darker hue. Maybe your stool floats or has a pale color, and to top it off, you could be severely constipated. These are all signs that your body might be running low on those essential bile salts. These bile salts are created in the liver and stored in your gallbladder, but when your body's lacking in bile, you start to form these hard, crystalline forms of cholesterol. And instead of the bile dissolving these pesky cholesterols, it starts forming into gallstones. In order to stop gallstones from happening, you have to increase your bile salts. You can do this by taking some bile salt supplements. Number 5. Fatty liver disease. Now, your liver is pretty crucial in detoxing your body, but when you have a fatty liver, you're going to start feeling that strain. You might notice a fullness or even a tender sensation under your right rib cage, maybe even shooting discomfort up to your right shoulder or into your back. And another telltale sign for a fatty liver is if you start noticing your stomach protruding like you've got a mini beach ball tucked under your shirt. That excess belly fat isn't just for show. It's a sign that your liver might be packing on the pounds too. Alongside that bloated belly, you might find yourself battling itchy skin or always feeling tired even when you've had a good night's sleep. In order to combat fatty liver disease, you should start with a low-carb, healthy, ketogenic diet and maybe some intermittent fasting. Alcohol and frequent sugary snacks will have to be left in the stores and out of your pantry. And for an extra boost, consider adding some choline to your arsenal. It's a secret weapon for stripping away that stubborn fat from your liver. Number 6. Kidney stones. The most common symptom of kidney stones are a sudden, deep, gnawing pain in the gut or a dull, achy feeling around your side or back. Now, there's this tiny tube called the ureter, linking your kidney to your bladder, and if a kidney stone decides to set up camp along this narrow tube, it can make a pretty severe traffic jam, with the pressure building up and causing all sorts of discomfort, especially in the depths of your abdomen. To combat this, a daily dose of lemon juice mixed with water can give your body a hit of citric acid. Pair that with staying hydrated with at least 2.5 liters of fluid a day, and keep those stones from getting too cozy. Oh, and here's another trick: magnesium glycinate. Also, avoid foods high in oxalates. Think almonds, chocolate, spinach. Number 7. Diabetes. Some early warning signs of diabetes is always feeling hungry throughout your day. You may be very irritated when you don't eat, but feel better after a meal. The classic hangry symptoms, you know them. You may also be craving carbs, maybe have puffy eyelids, and start having to urinate more frequently. These are all symptoms of your body telling you something is off. And the best way to help with diabetes is an overhaul to your diet. This means saying goodbye to carbs and living a low-carb life, intermittent fasting, and potentially starting a ketogenic diet. Number 8. Ulcers. Unfortunately, there aren't any early warning signs of ulcers. When you do feel something, it's likely that you already have one. Now, some signs of ulcers are pain, like a burning sensation in your stomach, but that will go away when you eat some food. The trick is to notice the pain when you only have an empty stomach. In order to help with ulcers, try wheatgrass juice powder mixed with some water. A potent dose of chlorophyll may be able to soothe those angry holes. Another great thing is zinc carnosine. Whether the ulcer is in your stomach or your small intestine, zinc carnosine may be able to help. Understanding the warning signs of common health challenges is like having a roadmap to navigate the twists and turns of your body's journey. From strokes to ulcers, each symptom tells a story, guiding us towards the right path of prevention and treatment. And with this knowledge and a touch of proactive care, we can rewrite the narrative of our health, one symptom at a time. Have you experienced some of these symptoms? Tell us your story in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember, with a dash of effort and a pinch of self-care, you'll be rocking that youthful glow for years to come. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, where we uncover more Revitalixer recipes.